Hey everyone, Mango7 here. How we doing today? Welcome to another edition of Dragalia Lost. We've got a new banner coming out. We also have a new event, A Wish to the Winds, and the banner is called Winds of Hope. So before we get into this is going to be a should you summon and just a general talk about the power level of these units. I would also like to mention emulators are kind of RIP right now, but that should be fixed within the day. Usually when this happens, and it does happen a lot by the way, it's fixed relatively quickly. It's a back and forth between developers and emulators, and sometimes it's not even intentionally done. It just kind of breaks stuff in the background. So super don't worry about it. You're not banned. Just go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and hopefully your fellow emulator, which probably should be LD player at this point, is updated and all working a-okay. So let's talk about this banner, and this banner scares me. This is one of those things that really scares me about this game, and if you're one of those people who really cries and really hates power creep and just gets up in arms, and when Cerberus came out you threw your arms up in the air and got upset because it was slightly better than Agni, just keep that in mind as you're listening to this video, because that sort of attitude is kind of dangerous in games, and it's kind of why they have to do certain things, I guess. So let's take a look at the showcase info here. The first one we are seeing is Louise here, and we did get another bow. I told you she was a bow, guys. I told you that was a bow. That is obviously a bow right there. She is a 5-star wind unit and waifu status. She honestly looks so much like Elisan. I can't even stop picturing Elisan from this picture. Her two abilities, her first one is a line damage deal with also poison attached to it, and her second one is another line damage, but with also extra poison damage to poison foes, or extra damage to poison foes, I should say. Her co-abilities are Skill Haste 15%, she also has Bog Res, which is going to be fantastic for Mercury, we think. She also has Overdrive Punisher, and I honestly think any sort of Punishers are fantastic in this game. And Strength Double Buff is also very, very fantastic, especially when you consider what her little brother has in his kit. So next up is the one I kind of want to talk about for a bit, and this is Garuda. Garuda is not too good. Actually very subpar, actually quite terrible. Maybe just slightly terrible. I don't have her tested out, so maybe her ability does insane damage and it makes up for it. But overall, this is a very, very, very underwhelming dragon. I don't know if she obviously deserves to be 5-star, but it just is one of those things that makes me hard summoning on banners like this when I know there's going to be a 40% attack one out soon. And the reason why she is not so good is because she's a HP percent and nothing else. And we know at this point in the game, those are not good dragons in general. The only time you really want to use them is Phoenix, when you want to break your HP barrier for HMS, and I don't know. It's just one of those things we need to figure out a way around. And the thing is, if this was Cerberus's banner, Cerberus was slightly better than Agni, but Cerberus just pushed that banner sale, like pushed it so hard because she was equivalent and waifu status. So the fact that we have Garuda here, who is essentially worse than Zephyr. Again, I'm not sure on her ability yet. I haven't tested it out, but stat-wise, there's really no way she can be anywhere near Zephyr's ability. Also probably worse than Rock, also probably worse than HMS. The banner sales for this are not going to be anywhere near last banner. And this is why I really think power creep, or at least equal creep, I guess, is very essential in gacha games because it pushes the sales and it keeps you excited. Her ability also, I got really excited when I read her ability, but then I realized it just restores the user's HP. So unless this is worded wrong, this is not like Phoenix, this is not an AoE heal, this is not bonkers for healers. This is just something that heals yourself. It also does damage ahead. I don't know how much again, but it has to do a ton of damage to make up for the lack of AoE heal there. So overall, she's just honestly a trophy dragon at this point. And I really feel like she should have been 4-star or something because of that. But her design says otherwise. I also forgot to touch on the power on Louise here. And honestly, I think she's fantastic. I think she also has really fast charging skills from what I understand, from what I've heard in Twitch chat for the people who were lucky enough to pull her. Those 5,000 of you who said they got her on a free summon, all of you. And once bows get fixed or updated, I think she'll be even better. So overall, I think she's a pretty solid pick, just nothing too exciting currently. Next up, we have a couple worm prints here. We have Gentle Winds, which does skill prep and full HP plus 10%. You know, I love skill prep as an ability, but having it on a worm print just doesn't do enough. Like 25% skill prep doesn't get you there. So I'm not a big of a fan of worm print skill prep, but I'm a huge fan of skill prep in people's abilities like Hildegard's. Next up, we have Gala Beauty here, and this is Broken Punisher, and I did talk about how much I love Punishers, and this is another one I am super a fan of. I think this is going to add a ton of damage. I'm not sure, again, the mechanics and the calculations on which worm print is the best for which character, but I have to imagine 25% broken state is going to be really great for certain fights, especially 1-minute fights that have a broken phase. It also has shapeshift time as well, and all of these also have increased gacha items or lottery items, event items, I'm not sure what you want to call them. So make sure you have those equipped for the event if you do have them. Finally, for a unit here, we have Lowen, Louise's little brother. I really like his skill set, and also it's one of those things I'm really not sure of at this point. So Lowen has an HP heal that also removes Bog. This is not a heal over time, it's just a flat HP, which is fantastic. But his second ability is a defense buff, but also an HP buff as well for the remainder of the quest. So I'm really not sure how to handle healers like this yet. We haven't really been tested enough in our Dragalia Lost gameplay, you know? Because we don't know if one heal is going to be enough for Mercury. Like, there's a good chance this guy is just not relevant enough for Mercury because he's only got one heal. I can't imagine them doing that though, because I feel like they designed this banner and units for Mercury. So I guess we'll see, especially with the Bog removal there. Overall, I really like his skill set, and you do see he does increase defense by 20%, so he will be giving his sister double buff strength, so that's awesome. He's got the typical recovery potency, and this needs to change, by the way. They need to find a better way to handle healer dual skills, or healer co-abilities, I mean. He has skill prep 75, which I love. I love it so much on healers. It's really solid. 100% bog res and 8% recovery potency. So overall, I think he's going to be pretty solid. I feel like there's no way they're going to design a green healer that isn't Sophie a 3-star and not make them viable in Mercury. So I really think Mercury is going to be a less healing intensive fight, and more execution is my just general guess for the future. We also have a couple more worm prints. This is Fresh Perspective, and honestly, this looks really good. This looks like one of the stars of the show. I'm not sure if this is fully mubbed. It's got to be fully mubbed because the stats are so big. 15% skill damage and 30% force strike just seems really good. Especially with the longer we play this game, the more we realize how good force striking actually is. We also have Pietro as a 3-star water axe unit. He has an AoE circular damage that also pulls people to him, and he's got another one of those second skill buffs. This is a really cool 20% shield that will negate any damage less than 20% of their maximum HP and doesn't stack with other shields. The thing is, we're just not sure how stuff like this works. Like, I'm not sure, in essence, how much these work compared to other single target damage abilities, and that's kind of because there's no way to see damage meters. That's kind of because there's no way to see healing meters or anything like that. We just can't tell. We haven't had the fights to really take advantage of these yet, because in all honesty, if you're going into an onslaught or something like that, you really just want to do more damage. It doesn't really matter with the shield. You just want to kill stuff a little faster. So I'm always wondering about abilities like this, and I really hope in the future they do make them more sought after. Even Sanoa, who is the god of buffs at this point, or goddess of buffs, I should say, still just feels underwhelming, even in long 5-minute fights where her buffs are just rolling non-stop. So I would love some way to measure these. I just don't know how to measure them, and it kind of bothers me. So he also has the 9% co-ability on defense, 13% crit damage, and 75% blindness. So Crit damage plus 13 actually kind of feels weird to me with Indomitable Will up there. It just seems weird to have the extra crit damage when you have one attacking move. And then we have a final Garuda's Feather, just a throwaway 3-star worm print. Not sure why they include this, I guess just for the 3-star gacha item, or quest drop item there. So that's the banner right now, and as you can see, I'm not very impressed by it. I love the design, I love the characters, I love everything. It's not strong enough. Right now, the rates are so bad, which I'm okay with, by the way. I'm super okay with low rates. But right now, with the rates being so bad, with limited units coming, with the thoughts of Christmas coming, like, how can I afford to spend any summons on this? I'm not going to get any power from it. I already have better units and better dragons, even without having Zephyr. I'm going to get some fun characters, but they're going to pity break me sometime in the future. It's just hard, you know? Like, I want to summon. I do. I really do. And this is where the power creep chat comes into play again. And I really think I need to make a video just kind of talking to you guys about that, or maybe talking to you in Discord or on stream or something, because I want to know how you feel about that. Because a lot of people saw this banner and were immediately like, well, I guess I don't have to spend money, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. So I'm actually really curious if you let me know in the comments below if you would have summoned on this banner had Garuda been 40% attack instead of 40% HP, because I know I would have. My tenfold summon would have been gone instantly had she been 40% attack instead of 40% HP. So super interesting there. And also, would you have summoned if it was a Phoenix style heal instead of another one? Because I would have too. If it wasn't just a single target heal on yourself, I absolutely would have summoned for her there, and I would have been fine with HP percent too. So really interesting to kind of talk about and think about and how they handle these things. And again, just a reminder for all the people that are always mentioning power creep in gacha games and will this game power creep, this is why they have to do it. They don't have to do it by a lot. Just like a 1% creep every banner is enough to really keep the game flowing and not really matter to most people. And I also want to talk about A Wish to the Winds, just the event here. This event is fantastically easy so far, really easy, kind of dangerously easy. And a lot of people are asking me who they should build, and I really think you should just build whoever you want. Any wind unit you love, just get them to 3-star, 4-star, level 50-ish and 30 to 40 mana circles, and you will be good to go. There have been people getting the title with level 10 facilities or something like that, so you're not going to have a problem with this at level 30 facilities. Don't worry about it, you will get the title. Ranzel will probably do it, no problem. I should have the title tomorrow on Ranzel, by the way, on the alt. But if you are looking for power level, if you are looking for something for Mercury, I do recommend somebody like Musashi or possibly Louise would probably work as well. Maybe the little healer might do fine, but honestly, Musashi's probably just the best DPS if that's really what you set out to in terms of power level. And there's also Maribel as well. But anything is going to work, don't worry about it. I would recommend leaving this event for about a day or two and leveling up your facility as hard as you can. And in this day and the next day, just going into half AP Elemental Ruins in the meantime. So yeah, that's about all I wanted to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just a little casual, chill chat with you guys. I really like doing stuff like this, just getting all my thoughts out there. I just kind of felt underwhelmed by this this banner, and I know it's the power level and I don't want to worry about it, but I kind of do. I'm not sure if it's just because I'm riding a super low on the Cerberus banner for my summons. By the way, if you didn't see on stream, we hit 7.5% or something like that, and it ended up with a 3rd Maribel. So did not get anything in a lot of summons on that banner, so maybe that's what I'm feeling, but I'm not sure. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm crossing my fingers that our emulator works tomorrow so I can use my controller again. Have a wonderful day. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.